us about your gaming prowess and media and using your knowledge of fine dining to help fuel your adventures.
So the game, like most things in my life, it's all tongue in cheek. I just play the mode, like the recruit mode, shoot 'em up, arcade style, like the games I grew up on. Like I started back in the Commodore 64 days, yeah. And so the games, I just like arcade games. I don't like going on a quest and side quests and that. So I just use it. Same as my diet. It's like junk food, like junk gaming. So yeah, I just play like the old games, and I just go play the campaign over and over, just a little bit at a time. I don't have too much time, so just a little bit at a time. That's always my preference. So yeah, I don't play online against get beat up by 12-year-olds and stuff like that. But yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good little stress release sometimes when the weather's not so good or something like that.
Yeah, cause the old school Commodore 64 days, that was such a innovation back in the late 80s. It would have been, I'm sure it was the late 80s when we first got it. 87 or something.
Yeah.
And they've actually re-brought it out. There's a little, like a mini. You can get a Commodore 64 mini. I've got one as well. I've got one at my parents' house. I can go there. I can play there. Not that I've done it much, but it's just a nice thing. Like the old school games. Even the graphics are horrible, whatever. But there was more to the gameplay, and the stories were better, and it was just more fun. Whereas now it's all like press X and you go into a massive cinematic graphic of like a movie. It's like, are we playing a game or watching a movie? Which, that's nice and being immersive in that, but so... I was right into gaming, and like that was like, I was the first generation, like that's when PCs first came out. Like I was one of the kids that had like a problem with too much screen time. That's one of the reasons I got into martial arts. The parents like, you can't be on the computer all the time, you have to do an activity. And thank God they gave me a lot of good advice, but they pushed me into like doing martial arts, and the rest is history. Well, my father was like, you've got to get off the couch and do something. So like the stubborn person I am, I got into triathlons, and then I went full on into the Ironman triathlons and finished 3 of those. Wow. But it was like almost 10 years of just getting into the coaching and all levels of triathlon. And part of my issues now, I would have burnt my body out and wrecked my body doing that. But then also sort of Jiu-Jitsu, because I was doing that from the 90s, the Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. And then I was doing some other stuff early 2000s, but then went overseas and came back. The school had sort of closed. But then, found sort of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style in the mid 2000s, I think. So, it's been a big journey, and now we're here, sort of broken body, but and the broken body is mostly more due to my arthritis as opposed to like getting injured doing jiu-jitsu. So I've always been paranoid with getting injuries, because I know like last time we spoke, you said you haven't had major injuries, and you do a lot of stretching during the day, just all the joints through the range of motion. I've always been paranoid, and if a joint gets in a bad position, tap early, tap often, and don't let the ego hold you back. Because I would have had way more injuries, and I never would have lasted this long if I was like that. I don't know how long I would last, because my new hip injury has been it's been a few years, but the last few months has been a bit difficult with a few setbacks I've had.